What is Vastu?
Vastu means Vas Nivase, means a place to live, a place which is designed scientifically and basically as per the nature, as per the cosmic energy. The Vastu amplify things, the wrong Vastu.
If somebody is struggling with conflict in the family or in relationships in the home, maybe marriage, can Vastu actually, like improper Vastu, create conflict? Or is it only amplifying the conflict?
Very nice question. It do both. So one thing which I'll say everybody should follow is Northeast.
A big topic these
Yeah.
days is manifestation,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And everybody wants to know how to manifest. But is Vastu a part of manifestation?
In the Vastu, if you follow the rules of the Vastu, manifestations become really easier. Where to put the manifestation board so you get the maximum energy, where you should sit and meditate so that you can attract more of the cosmic energy.
In India, Vastu is very much used all
Yeah.
the time, versus here in the States, it's, I feel, isn't used as much. And what problems do you see in that?
India is a land where the Vastu Shastra was written. Here, it's more about the people are not aware of this science. Once they get aware, they definitely want to follow it. Which I see here, because people are not following it, is that a lot of depression. So astrology, Vastu, Ayurveda, the chakras, everything is interconnected. I'm going to pick the directions and I'm going to work on that. But trust me, Vastu is that scientific.
And it's that detailed
It's that detailed.
and exact.
Exact. Thank you.
This is a hard question for you to answer, okay? But I'm going to try to make you answer because I think it'll be helpful for people watching.
Yeah, I'll try my best.
On Desi Wisdom, we have Dr. Deepika Gupta, who is a Ph.D. in astrology, credentialed Vastu Shastra expert who has spent over 20 years helping people transform their homes, workplaces, and lives through the wisdom of Vedic sciences. By addressing the unseen energies that influence our home and workspace, she helps people break through relationship conflict, health issues, and find inner balance and create a life filled with greater harmony and abundance. A trusted media voice on TV Asia, Shakshi TV, and Radio Zindagi, Dr. Gupta has made it her mission to demystify Vastu and astrology for modern audiences, offering real, powerful, practical solutions. Welcome, Deepika. I'm so happy to have you. One of my friends who has used your Vastu services, Gayatri, recommended you, and she literally was raving because she said, that her house now feels like a sanctuary. Like there's this energy of just like sort of this peaceful energy that she now feels in her home. And so I was like, oh my God, we have to have Deepika on. So welcome. I'm excited that you're here.
Thank you, Kavita. Thank you for having me on your, such a famous podcast. I feel blessed to be here.
Awesome. Well, okay, so I know we're going to start a little bit with I'm calling it Vastu Shastra 101. Okay, we're starting there, but we're also going to go pretty advanced at moments too. Those people that it's a first time for them to really hear about Vastu, that they also understand. So I'm going to start with a basic question, which is, what is Vastu Shastra? What does that, those two words mean?
See, Vastu is actually written by the sages at the era and the age where there was no orbiters, telescope, just nothing. So Vastu was written in the Atharva Veda. And, sages at that time noticed a lot of things about the movement of the earth, about the astronomy. So they first noticed that, earth revolves on its own axis. That's why we get day and night. Then they noticed that earth also revolves around the sun, and earth is a little bit tilt also. So that's why we get the different seasons. Then they noticed that, winds usually blow from the high pressure area to the low pressure area. And then they noticed that, the Earth's magnetic field runs from the North Pole to the South Pole. And this is all written on the Google also, right? Now today, the NASA also says that whatever was written in the Atharveda is all correct, right? So, and also they noticed the Panch Tattva, the 5 elemental theory. Based on that, they wrote the Vastu Shastra. So Vastu is actually, as per the Indian Shastras, it is like the science of architect. It has nothing to do, we can enhance the energy from here or there. No, it's all scientific. It's totally based on the astronomy, how the sun rises, then the sun sets, right? And then we do different things in the different part of the room. Like if I have to cook, I'll go in the kitchen. If I have to, rest, I'll go in my bedroom. So they noticed a lot of things, and based on that, they designed a shastra which is known as Vastu. Vastu means Vas Nivase, means a place to live. A place which is designed scientifically and basically as per the nature, as per the cosmic energy, that if the human beings are living in that space, then they get lot of good cosmic energy and lot of power from the nature also. Power means emotional, mental, physical, that kind of a enhancement of the power. And then, like in Vastu, you have usually heard that, the kitchen should be in the south, right? So why it is said? Because the sun rises from the east and sets in the west, right? And then it goes through the south, right? It never goes on the north. That's why the northern part of the world is more colder than the southern part. So when it goes to the south, the sun emits the UV rays, which is good for the food. That's why it is said that make the kitchen in the south of the house. Similarly, you might have heard in the Vastu Shastra that, people say that always sleep with your head in the south or the east, but never sleep in the north. Why it is said? Because the Earth's magnetic field run from the North Pole to the South Pole. And, the upper part is always the north, the lower is always the south. And similarly, in our body also, the magnetic field run, right? So if we will sleep in the north, like the head in the north, so we will be, not in the synchronization with the Earth's energy, because Earth's magnetic field is also running from North Pole to the South Pole. So if I'll put two north like this, the magnets will be repulsing back, right?
Right.
But if I'll put north and south, then automatically, the good energy will flow. So that's why it is said that never keep your head in the north, because then you will be against Earth's magnetic field also, and you will not get the cosmic energy. You will be against nature. So that's why, when you sleep with the head in the north, slowly and slowly you lose the immune system. Because, see, look how much big the magnetic aura and the field of the earth.
Because because I'm tracking what you're saying, but you're saying so the magnetic field goes from north to south.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But we don't want our heads to be
in the north.
But that's where the magnetic field starts.
No. See, the magnetic field is running from North Pole to the South Pole.
Yeah.
Similarly, our magnetic field is also running from North Pole to South Pole.
Right.
Right? So if I'll put two magnets facing north, so they will repulse back, right?
Okay.
But if the north and south, then it will happen. Like in the batteries also, you see north and south, right? Yeah. So if you will put both the batteries in the north, then the system will not work.
Yeah.
But once you put north and south, then the system works. That is the scientific reason. That's why it is said in the Vastu. So whatever the sages said, it's all based on astronomy. It's all scientific.
Yeah. And Shastra means science, right?
Shastra means actually science.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I just wanted to say that because I think a lot of people don't know that.
It's a Sanskrit word. So, Shastra means science.
Yeah. Okay, well, just even a little bit of what you just said is blowing me away, right? Because when you think about even just what you described with the electromagnetic field.
Yeah.
And it took me a second to understand. But as soon as I got it, I was just like, oh, wow. Makes so much sense, right? Like it makes sense in the way that our bodies are connected to nature. We are nature.
Yes.
And we want to synchronize with nature, right?
Yes.
And when we're not synchronized with nature, that's where we have so many disease, problems, issues, conflict, right? Okay. So, when it comes to a big topic these days is manifestation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And everybody wants to know how to manifest.
Yeah.
And what are the ways to manifest.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that is definitely not spoken about when we're talking about manifestation is Vastu, right? We're mostly talking about, okay, what frequency are you at? What energy are you embodying? What visualizations are you doing? Do you have a vision boards? People talk about that a lot, right? What's going into your subconscious. But is Vastu a part of manifestation?
No, I don't take it that way
Okay.
because Vastu is more scientific. See, manifestations become easier if you are following Vastu, right?
Yeah.
Let's say, I'm just giving an example. Let's say you want to do some office work. Obviously, you will not go and sit in a pub. You will not go and sit in a nightclub to do the office work. You need a space to work, right? Similarly, if you want to rest, then also you will not go to some club or pub. But if you want to enjoy, then you will go over there. You will not sit in the bedroom, right? So Vastu says that there is a space for everything and everything has a space, right? It's always vice versa. So it depends what you want to do. So as per your activity, you select a place, right? Sometimes you select a person also, right? So similarly, in the Vastu, if you follow the rules of the Vastu, manifestations become really easier. See, the sages said that everything is interconnected. Today, like a lot of people talk about the chakras, that if your chakras are in alignment, then the manifestations become easier.
Yeah.
If you are on the positive energy, positive note, then also the manifestations become easier. So when you follow Vastu, you come to that positive energy, that the manifestations, where to put the manifestation board so you get the maximum energy, where you should sit and meditate so that you can attract more of the cosmic energy, where you can actually how you can actually make your thoughts more positive, right? So see, for positivity, obviously you should have a good body. Like if you are sick or something, obviously the manifestations become tough, right? Or if you are in depression, mentally sick, then also the manifestations become tough, right? So the Vastu helps you to keep your mind, body, aura, energy intact. It helps you to grow. So manifestations actually become easier if you follow Vastu. Vastu is not the part of manifestation.
Yeah, I got it. It's the way that you're saying it is it's supporting.
It's supporting. Yeah.
The ability to manifest
Yes,
because
yes.
it's supporting us.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And so, what is something that you see happening? In India, Vastu is very much used all
Yeah.
the time, versus here in the States, it's, I feel, isn't used as much.
Yeah.
And what problems do you see in that kind of discrepancy of it being used more and not being used here? What problems are you seeing here because it's not being used as much, maybe in the States or outside of India?
See, in India, people, because, India is a land where the Vastu Shastra was written, so people have the idea, right? They know that, there is some science. If you follow it, you get the good results. But here, it's more about the people are not aware of this science.
Yeah.
Once they get aware, they definitely want to follow it. So I'm trying my best to spread the science over here because it's such a beautiful science, and today people really need it because, a lot of depressions are happening, relationships are not working, or on the work profile also, see, nowadays the things have become more tough. So I'm just trying to spread the word. People usually know that there is something like what I usually hear is that Chinese feng shui is very much famous here. So when I talk about the Vastu Shastra, so I tell them it's Indian feng shui. So
That's what I've been saying too.
Yeah.
When people are like, "Oh, what podcast are you doing?" I'm like, "It's called Vastu. It's the
Indian feng shui.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people then connect, okay, what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So see, actually Vastu works on the inner and outer periphery both. Feng Shui works on the inner periphery, but Vastu is more broad in its own sense because it sees the outer periphery too. So I'm just trying to spread the word, and the problem which I see here because people are not following it is that, a lot of depression. So once you follow Vastu, then you can see the results on your own.
Yeah, there's more like mental clarity.
Yeah.
and-
So I told you also that please go and check my reviews first, right? Because, people have written there that how much, on the mental front, especially emotional front, especially, they are, having good results. So there are few things in Vastu we should always remember so that we create at least some of the positive energy in the house.
Okay. Well, just to talk about the difference between feng shui and this for just a
Yeah.
moment, because you said feng shui is more inner periphery. What did you mean by that versus Vastu is inner and outer?
Okay, so it means that feng shui works like if I talk about this studio. So feng shui works like, okay, this studio, this is this direction, this. But in the Vastu, we also talk like the outer periphery. What is the outer of this studio? Yeah. So we talk about like I came through a lift and then there was a corridor. So we are going to check each and everything.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Why do you think there's that difference?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's more about that, India, the sages wrote Vastu much before than the Feng Shui.
Yes.
And then, it's more about they were connected to the cosmic energy. They were connected to a lot of things. And they have that third eye. They have that activated third eye. So, the knowledge has been more used in that way.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like almost like it's more holistic. Like it's like not just the space, but where the space resides,
Yes.
Okay. And so how do the elements fit into Vastu? How does that work? When you're talking about the elements.
Yes.
How does that
Elements
work?
is the very important thing. See, the 5 elements are like air, water, fire, earth, metal. So, in the Feng Shui also we use elements. That is used in both the sciences. So, elements, how they work is that sages said that, some elements are inimical to each other. But on the other hand, some elements are friends to each other. Like, if I talk fire and water, they are inimical to each other, but at the same time, wood and fire are friends with each other. So, if I'm placing the wrong elements in wrong direction, then definitely we lose the good qualities of that direction. So, let me explain this through an example. As I said, it's very easy to explain water and fire. So evaporation and condensation, right? So water, if I put fire under the water, then obviously, the evaporation will happen and, the water will be finished from that utensil. Similarly, in the northern part is always the water element because see, it's all cold. You can see ice on the northern part of the earth also. So if I put fire over there, what will happen?
It'll just subside.
It will subside. So, if I talk about water and fire, so see, you have seen the northern part is always the cold. There is a lot of ice over there, right? So now the scientists are also talking about the global warming, right? So if I put the fire over there, so fire is what? Lot of heat, right? So if I'm putting it over there, so the ice will melt. So similarly in the Vastu we talk. So north is like your emotions. North is like getting good opportunities, money opportunities. So if there is a kitchen in the north, then obviously you will lose all these things. But there are remedies. It's not that because we cannot do constructional changes. So there are remedies. There are a lot of remedies through which we can heal the things, right? We can balance the things in the house or any other premises. So elements actually say that, the friends should be placed together and the inimical things should not be placed in that zone. Like south, we all know the south is, very much warm. So south is like what? Fire. So if I am placing a bathroom over there, which means a lot of water, so automatically the energy of the fire will deplete, right? So fire is what? Fire is your the digestive system inside the body. So that's why the scientists have also said, the doctors are also saying that don't drink water before and after the meals for at least 30 minutes because that again stops the digestive fire inside you. So elements work in that way. The whole universe is made of 5 elements. So sometimes in the Hinduism you might have heard that when the soul departs, then the priest usually say that it was the body made of Panch Tattva and it has gone into the Panch Tattva.
Yeah.
So everything in this world, in this universe, as per our sages, Indian sages, it is said that they are made with the 5 elemental theory.
Okay. So if you explain the south again, because I didn't catch it totally. So the south is warm.
Yes.
And so in the south, what element is associated with the south?
Fire.
Fire.
It's because warm, so fire, the heat.
Okay.
Right? So heat is there in the south. That's why, see, why heat? Why sages said that? Because sun goes from the south and it emits maximum heat when the sun is in the south, right? So that's why we get UV rays at that time, right?
And so that's why you want the kitchen.
Kitchen
in
should
the
be
south.
there. Right.
Okay. So the south has fire. The north is water.
Water
So east
is wood.
wood.
Yeah.
And west is
Metal.
metal.
Yeah.
And why is east wood and west metal?
See, east is wood because it is said that, what is wood? You put just a small seed, right? And then it becomes a big tree. So that tree, what it needs water and the proper sunlight, right? Life on earth has been possible because we have an appropriate distance from the sun, right? That's why life is possible on the earth, planet earth only. You don't see life on Mars or Saturn or any other planet, right? Earth has some appropriate distance from the sun. That's why we get a channelized heat over here. So that's why east is where the sun rises, right? And the plants, they need the proper, sunlight to grow. Right? And then north, which is the first element. First the north comes and then the east comes. So from the north, it gets the power of the water also. So that's why east is the wood energy, the air energy.
East is the wood and air energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's similar thing, one thing.
Yeah.
Only.
And then why is west metal?
See, the west is metal because west is heavier. The metal is heavier. The earth is, the air is very, very light, right? But the metals are heavy. So west is always heavy because west has some height attached to it, right? So that's why it is said
What
that
do you mean by west has height attached to
See,
it?
south and west, we take that they should be, let me explain that way. The energy in the Vastu Shastra get started from the northeast and it gets settled to the southwest. So southwest is something of south and something of west. That's why it is southwest, right? So south and the west should be a little bit on the upper side and north and east should be little bit on the lower side. Then only the proper energy circle will be formed. Otherwise not.
Is that because the earth is like that?
No. Earth is round.
It's not
only.
like that.
Yeah, but as per the Vastu Shastra, this is the rule.
This is what they say.
Yeah, this is what they say.
Okay.
Then only the proper channelization of the energy circle will happen, otherwise not.
So the west has more height?
Yes, the west and the south should have more height and the north and the east should be a little bit on the lower side. Then only the energy will form, otherwise not.
Okay, so this is just talking about the energetic connection.
Yes.
Okay. And so then in the east, you said the air is lighter.
Yes, the air is lighter.
And west is heavier.
Yes.
Okay.
See, that's
so the
why,
balance.
Yes,
This
the
is
balance. It has to be the balance because it is said that the wind always blow from the high pressure area to the low pressure area. That's why the south and the west has to be a little bit higher and the east and the north has to be a little bit lower.
East
to
and the
create
north,
that
a little
circle.
bit lower. To create that circle, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so what is if somebody is struggling with conflict in the family, or in relationships in the home, maybe marriage, maybe they live with extended family in the home, can Vastu actually, like improper Vastu, create conflict, or is it only amplifying the conflict? You know what I'm saying? Does it just amplify it, or can it actually create it?
Okay, very nice question. It do both. See, what we face in the birth is actually what we have brought from the past, right? We all have been taken several births, and then in every birth we have done something or the other karmic, right? And in every birth we learn some new lessons of the life also. So, if you talk about the astrology, the horoscope, what is that? It is actually, it shows that, what are it's kind of a bank balance. What are you bringing? Let's say somebody's son is depleted. It means they have done something bad with their father in any of the past birth. So they will be paying in this birth.
Yes.
Right? So astrology, Vastu, everything is, even the Ayurveda, the chakras, as I said earlier also, everything is interconnected.
Yeah.
So let's say if the horoscope is saying that this part is really tough for the marriage, or this part is tough for any other relationship, and you are facing that, dashas, you are facing that time period. So then the Vastu amplify things, the wrong Vastu, right? Otherwise, if it is not Vastu perfect, then definitely there will be some or the other problem. If any conflict in the marriage, please check the southwest of the house.
Southwest.
There is some or the other problem in the southwest.
And really quickly, you have to take your phone, right? There's a compass.
Yeah.
And you go to the center of your house,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then you look at what is southwest.
Yes, then you check the southwest. So
Okay.
southwest is either cut, or there is some kind of a plants in the southwest, or there can be some inimical paint colors also in the southwest, or there can be a kitchen in the southwest. So if you buy such house, or if you are living in any of these premises, so you will face some of the other problems in the relationship. And then, as I said, that everything is interconnected, so the person might have some or the other stomach issues. Because southwest is connected to the root chakra, so there is some or the other problem related to the root chakra. So root chakra is what the basic needs of the life. So it's like clothing, shelter, and basic food. So there must be some problem over there also. Then I said astrology is interconnected, so southwest is actually Rahu and Ketu. So there will be a debilitation of Rahu Ketu, or they might be inimical, or they might be in some or the other negative aura or field in the horoscope too.
So there's so many things like sort of playing out simultaneously, right?
But if you work on one thing, you can definitely, heal a lot of things.
Clear many things.
Yes, because as I said, they all are interconnected. So start, if the southwest is disturbed, start meditating on your root chakra. Slowly and slowly you will, heal that part also. Slowly and slowly somebody, you will get some or the other ways, as you were talking about manifestation, that, somebody might guide you, or you will remove some plants from there, or you might think, oh, let me, get these colors change, and you might get the right colors on those walls. So something or the other will happen. So, or start eating good. Don't drink water before and after the meal. So, putting small,
So those
small
are
efforts.
remedies?
Yeah, these are the remedies.
These are the remedies?
Yeah.
Even just meditating on your root chakra is a remedy.
Yeah.
Because, I've heard with Vastu remedies, sometimes it's like you put tape on the mirror, or these other remedies that sometimes people don't want to do because it doesn't look good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those kinds of remedies.
Yes.
But you're saying that there's remedies just that you do, even like almost sadhana, like
you can do sadhana. And then if you're talking about the remedies, then obviously see, there is a word in Sanskrit, vakpatu. So, a astrologer, a Vastu consultant should be good in their communication skills, because if somebody is coming to you, they are looking for the solutions, right? They are looking for some positivity. You cannot tell them, oh, I can see this bad, this bad, this bad in your chart or in your house, so you are gone now.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously, you have to show them the positivity. If the glass is half filled, you have to put their concentration on that half water filled rather than what is empty in their glass.
Yes.
Right? So you have to show them the positivity. So obviously, see, when I do the Vastu, I definitely check the aesthetics of the premises. So it should look good. So instead of tapes, you can put a curtain, a rug, a plant, plant pot, or you can put some kind of a painting. There are a lot of things through which you can heal the Vastu, because obviously we cannot do constructional changes over here.
Yeah.
So then how to heal the things? So there are a lot of remedies.
A lot of remedies.
Yeah. And
how
then
do you
experience
know
taught
what to
us.
choose as a remedy? Because you could do many, right?
Yeah.
You can do many.
Yeah.
And is it almost like the more remedies you choose, the better? Is it sort of like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then obviously, see, I have experience of 23 years. So I know what is going to, do better over here rather than that. And then I look at the client. Sometimes, people does not want to put anything on their walls.
Yeah.
Then I'll suggest them put a rug over there.
Yeah.
Put some kind of a cushions over there. Sometimes people really want to decorate their walls. Though I'll definitely guide them regarding the paintings. So it depends upon client to client.
Yeah.
The bottom line has to be, the results has to be there.
Yeah.
After 3 months, I need to hear from my client that we are feeling better. That's the bottom line.
So coming back to the amplification, right? So there's karma playing out 100%.
Yes.
So it's amplifying.
Yes.
And so there's something, maybe like you use the example of father-son, right? And so if you take a look at, there's some energy that's not working between you and your son, or your son and if you're the son with your father, to look to the, what'd you say, south?
Southwest.
Southwest. Okay. And
No, I'm saying it's about the journal relationship because I want to explain. That's why I took a father-son. But, for any relationship.
Oh, any relationship.
Yeah, it depends on different directions. Like if it has to be father-son, I'm going to check the east. If it has to be mother and son, then I'm going to check northwest. If it's about husband-wife, I'm going to check southwest.
Right.
So it depends. And then what kind of a conversation? Let's say if father-son only. Are they talking about, if difference of opinion is more about the money, I'm going to check east and then north also. If it is about some other relationship, about the friends and all that, I'm going to check northwest and southwest. So it depends what kind of a thing the people are talking about. Like if in the marriage, sometimes people say, oh, my daughter is not getting married, my son not getting married. What's the problem? Are you not getting the good, opportunities, or your daughter is not ready to go out and meet? If you are not getting good opportunities, definitely east. If she's not going out to meet people, then northeast with east. So I'll see what the client is
you have it
talking
all
about.
like calculated, obviously.
Yeah. So, I'll just see what the problem is. And as per that, I'm going to pick the directions and I'm going to work on that.
I hope you loved this episode of Desi Wisdom. Please leave a comment below telling me if you liked it, if you didn't like it, what you would have wanted more of. It really helps me refine this podcast to give you exactly what you want. I will be reading every comment and responding.
But trust me, Vastu is that scientific.
And it's that detailed.
It's that detailed.
And exact.
Exact. Thank you. And when I give the talks, I randomly tell the audience that please stand and tell me one problem. I don't know your name. I don't know your address. And whatever I'm going to tell you, please go and check in your house. And they 99.9% they say, yes, that painting, that rug is there in my house in that corner.
Yeah. That's amazing. And so when you're doing so just to go back for a second, the different relationships are associated to different directions.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And when you do the remedies, what is it doing? Is it changing the energy? Is it aligning you to the planets? All of it? What is it doing?
All of it.
Yeah.
First of all, it's changing the energy, right? You are now putting the friends element in that zone, right? Let's say, sometimes I see that, a fire painting, something like that is placed in the north. So obviously it's playing a wrong role over there, right? So I'll tell them, remove from the north wall, put it on the south wall. And then they see a lot of difference. Because that is again inimical, elements placed in the wrong zone. So first of all, the zone.
What is you've been using it a lot.
Enemy.
Anime.
Yeah, so enemy is inimical,
like they don't go together.
They don't go together.
Okay,
they don't gel with each other.
Yeah.
So that's why I'll place the friends elements in each zone.
Yeah.
So they will help you, right? So that way I try to balance the house.
Got it.
Any premises. Yeah, even the office also.
Okay. And so just for people that are watching, if they're having marriage issues, what direction is that?
Again, in the marriage, if you are unable to select a person, please check northeast. If you're not going out with a person, or if you're not getting the good opportunities, you're not meeting the right people at right time, check the east and the northeast.
But what if you're in a marriage?
In a marriage? In marriage, then what is the cause? Like why you guys are having
issues?
Difference?
So
difference.
like money, or
if it's
communication?
Money, yeah. If it's in-laws, go and check the area between the east and the southeast. If it is money, go and check north. If it is like you think that my partner does not support me, whatever I say or do, check northwest. If it is general difference of opinion, southwest has to be checked in any of the ways, right? Sometimes, wives say, I'm very social, my husband is not social, please check east. So it depends.
But what are you checking for?
Again, there should not be any inimical elements over there. There should not be any cut over there.
So how do you know that?
That a Vastu consultant can do.
Okay, that's too deep. Okay, that's too deep.
Just like a doctor, you just show the report and then the doctor is going to guide you what medicine you have to take, what diet you have to take, what precautions you have to take. Similarly, a Vastu consultant will tell you.
Okay.
General public cannot do that much.
Okay, I got you.
And then,
so you'll see that direction and you'll see something is off there.
Yes.
And the average person won't know.
No, it's a little bit tough. See,
you can't even feel it?
Yes, you can feel it, but I don't think so. Because see, for average person, as you said, they'll stand in the center of the house, they'll see the compass, oh, this is east, this is west. But east can be a half degree here or half degree there. For me, when I go to a plot, each degree matters for me, each and every degree, right? For them, oh, I see my sun rising from here, right? But it can be little bit, just 1 degree here or 1 degree there. So that 1 degree, that half degree makes difference for me,
Yeah.
right? There are different energy fields on each and every degree.
Yeah.
So I'll check them and then I'll work on them to give the best results. Like, if you go out to get ear piercing, right? So even if you blindfold that person, his experience is he's going to exactly pierce where it's needed. But if it's little bit, just, 0.001 centimeter here and there, it will not look good, right? Similarly, a doctor, when they give you injection or something, they know where to do it, exactly at which point. They won't, insert over here. They're going to do it over here. And here also, they know exact what point is there. Then only that medicine works. Similarly in Vastu. We know where that painting has to come, exactly where that rug has to come, exactly where your awards has to come, right? So when we put the remedies on that exact part, definitely they'll give the, they'll give the betterment.
Okay. So this is a hard question for you to answer, okay? But I'm going to try to make you answer because I think it'll be helpful for people watching.
Yeah, I'll try my best.
Yeah, which is like, what is one thing that somebody can do right now? And I know you probably need to know the problem, right? But I'm sort of not giving you the problem, meaning I'm not giving you money or health or relationships. Okay. But like, what is one thing that they could do to change the energy of their home right now?
It's a very easy question, first of all.
Okay. Great.
So for anything, just keep your northeast clean and clear. Don't put a lot of storage over there. Let's say if you have a garage in the northeast, try to keep it very neat and clean. Don't put very dark colors over there in the northeast. Sometimes, people have, sometimes people make their house like a kindergarten home. One wall red, one blue, one pink. Please stop doing that, right? So one thing which I'll say everybody should follow is northeast. If the northeast is clean, clear, if it is not too much cluttered, not dark paints over there, definitely your thinking ability, your manifestation ability definitely improves.
Okay.
Right? So northeast. So it was something very easy.
That is easy.
Yeah.
So anybody can go right now and look at their northeast and just make sure that it's free and clear of clutter, clean.
Yes.
Do plants matter?
Yes, plants definitely matter.
There should not be plants?
No, you can keep, but keep light plants. Keep it very, very lighter. Very, very light.
So everything just sort of needs to look clean.
Clean. Basically,
simple, minimalist.
Yes. And then look aesthetic wise also, it should look pretty. The northeast should always be good, because if northeast is good, then automatically, your level of thinking, the quality of thinking, definitely it plays part over there. So, you can, instantly you can feel a difference over there. So northeast should be.
And it should be bright.
It should be bright, definitely. Brightness has to be there all over the house or any premises.
Yeah, brightness is important.
Important. The sunlight is very important.
Yeah, that's how.
Yes.
I like
when
it
you
too.
see horror movies, what they show? They show darkness, right?
Dingy.
And when you see something very positive, they show the sun is rising, right? It's always said that, always worship when the sun is rising. So, and even in the world also, if you see in the material world, you always like to be with a person who is rising, right?
Yeah.
Who has the good energy, where the energy is rising.
Yeah.
So always keep the house properly lit. The sunlight should be evenly spread in the house. That houses definitely create a lot of positive energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then coming back to the amplification, we talked about that. But what's the situation where conflict gets created? I know it depends on maybe the relationship that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But how does that happen? That the energy in the home can actually create conflict in relationships?
Yes, definitely. If the southwest has the problem, if the southwest is cut, if there is a kitchen in the southwest, if there are a lot of plants in the southwest. Definitely at that point, or even I have seen in my experience that if there is a sewage system in the southwest in the basement, then that creates a negative aura and energy for the relationships.
And then like literally conflict can
Yes,
get created,
yes.
even if it's not like kind of written in, or it's not like karmic.
No, if it is karmic, it will happen.
Yeah.
So then you automatically land up in such premises where the southwest will have some or the other issue.
Because it is karmic.
It is karmic.
Okay. But
Because you were destined to face that. So definitely you will land up at that place where again the relationship zone has some or the other problem.
sure. But it's not, I guess what I'm trying to say here is like the conflict is getting created.
Yes, it is. It will get created.
So, but when we were talking about amplification, we're talking about sort of in our astrology,
Yes.
right? In your I've like lost the word too, in your chart. That's what it's
in the chart, yeah.
Yeah, in your chart, it's showing you karmically this relationship is hard,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So then if certain parts of the home spaces are not taken care of, then it amplifies it.
Yes, definitely.
But what I'm talking about is when it gets created, when the conflict just gets created, that means that it may not be karmic. It may not be in your chart.
Yeah, it can, but then again, it will not go to too much of extent or something. If it is not written in the chart, then definitely that space, it will create small arguments.
Okay, so it's really then it's in your chart, and then something in the home is amplifying it.
Yes,
That's the
definitely.
truth.
Yes, that's
Okay.
the truth,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay, got it. So what are some aspects that we should avoid when you're looking for a home, or if you're in a home? And I think it applies to apartments as
Yes,
well, right? So
yeah.
it doesn't matter if it's an actual home on the ground. So what should you avoid?
Okay. In the Vastu, what I have seen in the experience, the sages also wrote, and then, because in the modern times we try to create the remedies, and I have seen that remedies also don't work. So there are the three things which everybody should keep in mind. First of all, don't buy any premises which has the opening in the southwest. There is no remedy. Like, whatever remedies you do, there is no result at all. So don't buy
What do you mean opening? Like
the
the door?
the door, the
Front
main
door.
door. The front door should not face the southwest.
Okay. So really quickly, because I was doing some of this and I was so confused about which direction things would be in.
Huh.
So if let's just say I'm looking at the house, is it that I'm standing where the house is and seeing where the direction is, or I'm looking at the house and I'm seeing
No,
what direction?
it's always to check the right directions. Stand in the center of the house. Just take, imaginary center, because obviously a layman cannot take out the exact center.
Okay.
So let's say if the plot is something like this. So, we will be taking all the corners and then taking out the center. So the center will be somewhere here. But let's say if I have to take the center will shift, right?
Yes.
So again, just stand in the center and then place your compass in your hand, and then see where the porch door is coming, where the garage door is coming. So there should not be any opening in the southwest.
Southwest. Okay.
If you have an opening in the southwest, it really gives you very bad results. It can drain the money and the relationships. The second thing, there should not be any bathroom, and especially the WC. The seat should not be in the northeast of the house. That also gives very, very bad results.
Bathroom should not be in the northeast of the
Yes,
house.
Northeast of the house.
Okay.
See, when the Vastu was written, there was no concept of the bathrooms inside the house. People used to go to the jungles, right? Even if you see the forts, whether you see Jaipur fort, any fort, you will see the bathrooms were not that connected. The shower area was definitely connected to the bedrooms, but not the WC part, right? So it should not be in the northeast of the house. The second. And the third and the last thing is, the houses should not be on the dead end. Like if the road is coming like this, the house should not be here. The road should not hit the house.
Oh, like a cul-de-sac.
Yes. No, cul-de-sac is okay. The four houses which are here on the cul-de-sac is okay. But the front, when you are walking on the road, the house in front of you, that is bad.
So the other houses on the cul-de-sac are okay, just not the end
The
of it.
center house
The
of
center
the-
house of the cul-de-sac.
Yes, then these three things does not have any remedy at all. Whatever remedy you do, whatever energy, manifestation, and blah blah blah, you will not find the results. So just avoid these three things: any opening in the southwest, a toilet in the northeast, and the dead end houses. They should be definitely avoided. Try to buy a house which have houses on all the sides, like northeast, southwest. So it should be in the center. So in no ways you will be hitting the road then. Right?
Okay. And with the water closet in the bathroom, like, like in my home right now, we have 4 bathrooms, right? But they're not all together, meaning they're all in different directions.
Okay.
Right? So you just don't want any bathrooms?
Any bathroom in the northeast.
Northeast.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I have seen in my experience
Like, is it okay if one of the bathrooms is in the northeast out
No.
of 4?
See, bathroom is still okay. The WC seat. The seat should
toilet.
not be. The toilet seat should not be in the northeast. That is the main thing. The shower, taking the shower part is okay in the northeast.
Yeah, but here, those two things are always
Together. Yeah. But sometimes, what happens, as I told you, that, for me, each and every degree matters. So maybe for somebody, it might be showing, oh, my bathroom is in the northeast, but toilet seat might not be coming in the northeast.
Okay.
So, it is like extensive work.
Yeah, yeah.
For us, each and every degree matters, and only a Vastu consultant can show you the
Sure,
right.
sure.
Yeah.
But you're just saying as a general rule.
As a journal, these three things should definitely be avoided.
But can I ask you, if there's 4 bathrooms in a home and one is in the northeast,
Then completely shut it. Don't use the toilet seat.
then shut it. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. You can use the shower part. That's
Yeah.
fine. But don't use the toilet seat over
Okay,
there.
okay.
Yeah. Completely shut it. Just, close it with some tape or something, and don't use it
Use
at
it.
all. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Because I was going to say, sometimes you might like the house and many of the bathrooms are not in the northeast, but maybe one is.
Yeah.
So something like that.
Yes, something like that, but then close it. Completely close that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. These are very good to avoid. I think some good things to think about. I mean, so what is it about I want to understand a little bit of the why. You don't have to go through all of them, but what is it about the dead end? Because I just want people to understand how intricate the understanding is of these avoidances or recommendations. You know what I mean? So even a dead end, if we take that, why is that an issue?
See, dead end, right? So we always say dead and end.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So 2 words, look at those words. So when a road is hitting a house like this, so it's the dead end. So you usually don't do that much of the progress. And again, it depends. When I'm standing inside this house, if it is east, that road is coming from the east or the north or the south or the west. If it is coming from the south or the west, it's going to give very bad results. People usually, they don't see a lot of the progress in their life. Again, it depends where the doors are, what kind of a internal periphery is. The outer periphery is definitely showing there is some problem, but the internal periphery, what it's showing. So if it's from the south or the west, definitely there will be a lot of problems in the house. So that's why the dead end houses should be avoided. If it is coming from east or the north, then it's okay. Then it's fine. But usually people take wrong directions or something. So to avoid as a whole, I usually say that avoid dead end houses.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And is there a particular part of the home where it's associated with money?
Yes, definitely. Lot of each and every direction is related to money.
Is it?
So if you want, I can explain.
Yes. I think that's a big one, right? I mean, relationships is big, health is big, and money is big, right?
Yes.
So what should we consider about money and Vastu?
Money and Vastu, Vastu can definitely create a lot of positive energies. North. If the north is imbalanced, you will not get right money opportunities. If northeast is imbalanced, then definitely you will not take the right decisions at right time. If the east is imbalanced, then you will not get a lot of clients. If the southeast is imbalanced, then definitely you will not get too much of cash flow. Right? cash flow in the sense, because here we don't work on the cash basis. In India, it is more relevant, but here also you will not get clients on the daily basis. If the south is afflicted, then obviously you will not have good reputation in the market. If the southwest is afflicted, then you will not have a stability in the business or your work profile. If the west is afflicted, you will not get the profits you are expecting. If, let's say, America is more about the jobs, right? People are maximum in the IT jobs, so you will not be getting that much promotions or salary increment. If the northwest is afflicted, then you will not get support from your customers, or you will not get support from your boss. So in all the zones are connected. So once the client tell me what's the problem, I will definitely go deep into that direction and I'll check. Let's say, see, today lot of politics at the work front, then the boss don't support, then the boss put a lot of pressure on you. So in that case, I will check northwest first, that what's in the northwest. There will be some red color in the northwest, there can be some red rugs or painting related to the plants in the northwest. So I'm going to check over there. So it depends. So similarly, for the health also, each and every direction is connected. If the southwest is afflicted, definitely a back problem will be there, leg problem will be there. If northeast, something related to the brain, something related to the neuro. If north is afflicted, then there will be some kind of a skin allergy, skin diseases. So if east is afflicted, something related to the bones. So everything is interconnected.
Wow. Okay.
It's that deep. As I said earlier on the talk show, that anybody, just anybody in the world can call me and tell their problem. Don't tell me your name, don't tell me your address, and I'll tell you, is this thing in your house in this direction? Please. Sometimes people don't have idea of the direction. Then I tell them, just do the action with my voice. Stand in the center of the house, just open your compass, and now turn 30 degree over here, open your hand 20 degree and see what is there. Do you find these things there? And they say yes.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I think that how does this, like when we sort of look at it from a karma perspective, right? There's certain karmas that we have to go through,
Yes.
right? Like we call it nikachit karma,
Yes.
right? You have to go through. There's very little you can do to make that different.
Yeah.
Then there are some karmas that, you are a little more flexible, right?
Yeah.
And so is this just supporting that, like those karmas that are a little more flexible, that it changes the energy so that you can achieve more of what you want? Because there are times where you could change these things in your home, given the problem, but not a lot changes. Isn't that true also?
No, we can do a lot of changes.
Really?
Because, we can do. As I said earlier, see, I can suggest them a rug, a painting. There are a lot of things which can be suggested as per, like,
And you'll
client's
see
requirement.
like a little literal shift. Like, let's just say, you want to get a promotion.
Yeah.
Okay. And you make some of these Vastu changes. And so literally you'll see like a promotion come through.
Yes, definitely. Things happen, and things happen in a very positive way. First of all, there are negative elements, negative things kept in that zone. That's why you are facing lot of obstruction. And if I talk about the karma, let's start from where you started your question. So there are 3 types of karma, right? One is your sanchit karma, the second is prarabdha karma, and the third is kriyaman karma. So sanchit is what? Whatever you have done in all of your past lives, that is sanchit. That is kind of a warehouse of karmas. Like, I entered the studio, right? And then, we shared a few words. If we both want to change that right now, we cannot. That has gone. That has passed. Right? That has become the past. Though it was just few minutes back only. But that has become the past.
Yeah.
So all those is sanchit karma, the warehouse of the karmas. Out of this warehouse, the God decides what karmas you will face in this birth. So he take out from that sanchit karma a few of them and give you for the present birth. That is called prarabdha. So out of sanchit, a one portion. It can be 50%, 70%, 100%, or it can be just 5%. That totally depends on that higher energy. You call it God, Bhagwan, Allah, whatever, right? So they will give you a bit of that. That is prarabdha. And whatever we are doing right now is a kriyaman karma. So in the prarabdha also, some things are easy to deal, some things are very tough to deal. But trust me, prayer is one thing which can deal with anything. See, the God is your divine father and mother. If today your baby comes to you and no matter what they have done, if they ask a sorry with a genuine heart, will you not forgive them?
Of course.
You will.
Yeah.
So a genuine heart is
Well,
needed.
sometimes.
Yeah. But if you know that they will not repeat it. Today, very sorry to say, but the social media has made all these sciences something like, you keep on doing whatever you want to do. We have the remedies ready for you. Just go and do the remedies. So what the people have started doing after following a lot of social media on these subjects is that, even if I don't have cancer, I'm going through the chemotherapy. Maybe I'll get the cancer in the future. Let me go for the chemotherapy right now. People are doing this. Like, people are into lot of remedies. Remedy.
Oh, you're just using that as an example?
Yeah, I'm just
using. Like you're doing chemotherapy before you're diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, don't do that much of remedy. Please do as it is required. Don't do extra remedies. Start praying to the God. Start asking him that please show me the path. But at the same time, when you get sick, you cannot be, I'm not going to a doctor. I'm just going to pray to the God. That is also kind of a not making sense, right?
Yeah.
Kind of a superstition also, we can say. You go to a doctor, you take the treatment. Similarly, for the Vastu and astrology, see, in the past, you cannot go back and you can repair your karmas, right? You cannot do that. So how you will repair it right now?
Yeah.
If you have hurt somebody in the back, in the past of the births. So you can follow the astrology. You can do some donations. You can ask for the forgiveness to the particular god at a particular time so that you get, that forgiveness. Similarly, for the house, you can heal through it the Vastu Shastra, and you can work on your own energies. So that's why, sometimes people say, whatever my house is, I'm not going to consult a Vastu Shastri. I believe in God. But house can be sick, just like you get sick.
Oh, that's a nice line. Can you say that again? A house can be sick, just like you could be sick.
You could be sick. So you go to a doctor. Similarly, you need to go to a Vastu consultant to create that positive energy and aura in the house also.
Well, I think what is so beautiful about, where we come from is that even in astrology, right? It's so connected to gemstones, right?
Yes.
So like when I was going through a period of time where me and my husband, we were love marriage and we met in college, but there was a period of time where we were not together before we got married. And I went to an astrologer and they gave me citrine to wear on this finger. And this astrologer was amazing, right? So they were like, okay, wear that citrine. I think it was like 2 carats or something, right? It was a big one. Wear that citrine, and in a couple of weeks, he will come back, And I put the citrine on. Within a month, he was coming back. Like he was coming back. We had to do some more work after that, but he was on his way back, you know? And so why I'm telling that story is that the energy of that citrine made an impact on what my energies were.
Yes, definitely, because it enhanced your energy.
Yeah.
Something which was on the lower level, like, you get deficiencies in the body, right? So you take the vitamins as prescribed by the doctor. So similarly, if you go to astrologer, they prescribe some stones to you as per the deficiencies in the chart. And when you take that, then obviously the stars perform better and you get what you want in the life. Right?
Yeah.
So similarly, the Vastu happens, even the house gets sick. So, I would recommend each and everyone to go for the Vastu Shastra.
Yeah, because there's a lot of doubt around it, right? Like a lot of superstition. They call it superstition what's the point in looking at any of this? If my karma is my karma, I'm just gonna have to bhogwafy it anyhow. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like those kinds of sentiments.
Yeah. See, it is not a superstition, but because India got a lot of invasions, right?
Yeah.
So at that point, this science, which was actually the science of architect, it became a superstitions, or it got limited to the religion, which is not. See, when the sun rises, does it ask what religion you are? When the sun set, does it ask? When the snow happens, does it ask what religion you are?
Yeah.
No, it's all about the nature. So Vastu totally works as per the nature.
Yeah.
It does not ask what religion you are. I have done a lot of Vastu for the Americans too, and they had such a good results.
Yeah.
So Vastu is totally a science of architect. It has nothing to do with any religion or any, similarly, when the rain happens, it does not ask whether you are a man or a woman, what religion, where you stay. No, if it is happening, it's happening for all. For Mother Nature, all her children are equal. And it's all about the Mother Nature only.
Yeah. And I love what you said. I think like so many times I feel people don't understand, especially Desis, our people, I mean, that these sciences that we've had for so many thousands of years, and we deny it, it's not coming from your own thought process. It's coming from, like what you said, the invasions that we've had, the colonization that we've had. Those thoughts are coming from that. It's not coming from actually you as much as you think that,
Exactly.
It's coming from this sort of ethos that we've been in. And it's good to question that. It's good to question that.
Question. That's why I'm here. I said that I'm ready to answer each and everything, whatever can make everybody in the world, whatever can make sense, whatever can be helpful to the humans, I'm ready to talk about that.
Yeah. Okay, so when somebody's looking for somebody that is well-versed in Vastu, right? Are there any specific questions they should ask to know if that person is the right person to come into your home to show you what to do with Vastu? Like, is there any time where you could hire somebody that's not very good at what they're doing with Vastu? So what are some of those, I guess, like, oh, you should watch out?
So first of all, they can go to my website.
Yeah. No, but you have to tell me what they need to look for.
Okay, so experience. See, in India, we don't have the proper kind of a proper schools. Like if you go to medicines, you get the certification. Oh, you are now a certified doctor. So in India, we don't have the laws which says, oh, this person has become a certified astrologer or a certified Vastu consultant. Right. And unfortunately, these days, 2 to 3 days, they're designing the courses in a way that you just learn for 2 or 3 days and you have become an astrologer or a Vastu consultant. Please don't go to such people. You need a lot of experience. Sometimes when you enter a place, like after so many years, when I enter a place after looking at the paintings only, I can tell, like, you guys when sit here talk about these things and they say yes. So, everything plays a part. So just see what is the experience of the person. First of all, see the experience, talk to them extensively so that you come to know, you can access what kind of a knowledge they are bringing to you.
Yeah.
And then
like how deep does the knowledge feel?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. And then hire them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But there's no like immediate like red flags that you could talk about that like, oh, if somebody says this or does this, then it's a red flag.
See, there are a lot of things otherwise. Okay, I'll share one experience.
Yeah.
So, I was having a client, they were very, very affluent here, and then, they came to me, they were wearing some rings, and I asked them, why you guys are wearing these rings? These are like your most negative stones. So they said, that astrologer prescribed us, and then the astrologer was like, you have to buy these rings from me only, otherwise, you will get into some bad shape or something bad will happen to you. And, that was the most vulnerable. They guys were in that situation. And then I asked them, you guys get rid of these stones. go and buy these stones and wear them and then let me know. Now they are having such a good relation among husband and wife. They are doing so good. They are, progressing in their life also. So just check if some astrologer or Vastu consultant is telling you, you have to buy this thing from me only. That is one of the big red flags.
Yeah.
Right?
Or
that
if
should not be done.
Or if they're very like adamant, right? Like about something specific.
Yes.
Is that true?
That I would not say, because sometimes even I become adamant that you cannot put these paintings here in this zone, because see, I need to hear from them that, yes, we are feeling good, right? Sometimes, you have seen the children in the house. They say, oh, if I'm going to a movie, I'm going to take my basketball over there. But a mother knows that you cannot just take your basketball in the cinema hall. Right? So similarly, sometimes even I become adamant. No. You have to put such paintings over here. Just remove this painting. Like I did a Vastu for a guy, his father actually hired me. So you know what he was having in the house? He was having a painting with the thumb cut, and then there was a lot of banded on the
That's
hand.
what the painting had on
That
it.
was the painting. And that was kept in a zone like of the health zone. So it was somewhere between north and the northeast. So the problem that guy was having is in his hand. So the father hired me for that purpose, that we have consulted a lot of doctors, everything. But, there is some or the other problem is happening in his hand. And the guy was like, no, I have bought this painting. It's such an expensive painting and you are telling me to remove it. I said, please remove it. At least don't keep this painting in this zone. And then because he was very much attached to the price of the painting, so I advised him to keep somewhere else. And then he definitely have the betterment in the treatment. He got the good doctor. So you attract the good energies. So every painting has something or the other to say. Every paint has something or the other to, say. So just be very cautious about the paintings and the paint.
Yeah, I know we have one painting. It's beautiful, but it is a little like darker. You know what I'm saying? Like it has it's very imaginative, but the colors are like navy blues, lots of blues.
So try to keep it in the north side of the house.
North side of the house.
Because blue is again the color of the water, right? So try to keep it in the north of the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that is the water zone.
Okay. So you also at the very beginning mentioned, okay, like the north is the direction of opportunities, right? Okay, so can you go through maybe north, south, east, west, and what they stand for?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So north is actually your opportunities, your money opportunities. The east talks about like what kind of a friends you have, how you behave in the social circle, what connection you have with the government. Sometimes like people go into the lawsuits, right? Unnecessary lawsuits, right? So the east always talk about what, how much government is supporting you, what friend circle you have, how you walk in your social connections, what kind of a friends you have. The south always tells you about like what kind of a reputation you have, what is the name, fame, and then the sleeping. A lot of people have sleeping disorders, so check the south of the house. Then the west is all about the profits, like how much gains you are having, knowledge, education. That is all about the west of the house.
Okay, wow. Okay, is there a time where, like, for example, if I were to tell you some of the problems that I have right now.
Yeah, sure.
Right? There's many different problems in many different areas, right? I may tell you, okay, I have a health issue in this way. I have this relationship issue. I have this money issue. I have this business issue. I am having this issue with a friend, right? Is it ever true that some of the remedies that you have to give, they contradict?
Work?
No, I mean, I'm saying the opposite of collectively work. I'm saying, is it ever true that the remedies contradict each other?
No, never. No.
Usually they just work in unison.
Yes. They always support each other. Because see, when I'm placing the right elements in right direction, when I'm giving that direction, a powerhouse kind of a thing, then how they can work? They will give their best. And see, just like a body, because Vastu is actually a Vastu Purush, right? It's a male we say as a Vastu person. So our each hand, our eyes, they all, work in synchronization, and they all support each other. One hand will support other hand. When you walk, one leg supports other leg, right? When you see, both the eyes support each other. Similarly, in the Vastu also, each and every direction supports the other direction. Like if I talk about the medical science, so even if you have a knee pain, you will eat the medicine through your mouth only. You cannot be, okay, I'm putting the pill over here, now the pill will work. No, you will swallow it from the mouth only, and it has some chemicals, it has some kind of a properties which will work on your knees, right?
Yeah.
So similarly in the Vastu also, each and every direction works in synchronization with each other. But if the wrong elements are placed, if the anti elements are placed, if the inimical elements are placed, then they start fighting with each other, and then they don't give the good results.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah, because I was just curious, because I'm like, well, if somebody comes to you with many problems, do they contradict each other like the remedies?
No.
You know?
If I will heal one zone, definitely they will feel betterment in
domino.
each and everything.
Domino effect.
Yes.
Yeah. You did say that at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those that do follow Vastu and know, they usually want to go for properties that are north and east.
Yeah.
And so do you agree with that?
No, not at all. You tell me, people who are living in north facing houses and east facing houses are all happy? They don't have any problems in their life? Exactly. So, it's not about the direction. It's about at what point the main door is opening, right? So the foyer door, that is very important. The garage door, that is very important. So at what energy field they are opening. As I said, only the southwest should be definitely avoided. Otherwise, all four directions are good. See, every direction has some or the other properties attached to it. As I said right now, the north has this, the east has this, the south has this. So it does not make sense that only the north and the east are good. Even the south and west is also needed. You cannot say, in my body, I want eyes, but I don't want ears.
Yeah.
Everything in the body has some or the other properties. Eyes will only see. No matter what, you become so adamant or too adamant, you start saying, no, I want to hear from eyes. It will not happen. The name and fame will be given by the south only. It will not given by the north. So the south is also important, right? If you say, okay, I don't want to see from my eyes, I want to see from my ears, it will not happen.
Yeah.
The gains will be you will get gains from the west only. So all the directions are equally important. And this is a big myth that only the north and the east facing houses are good. No, all four directions are good. It's just that avoid southwest opening, that's it.
Just avoid. That's what you said, to
yes,
avoid
that's
already.
it. Otherwise, all four directions are good. If somebody says, no, north and the east, just see, people who are living in north and east, they are all happy? No, you can find diseases there also. You can find broken relationships there also.
Yeah.
So it is about the inner periphery. How and where the bedrooms are placed, where the toilets are placed. So lot of things matter. How the internal, what are the pains in the houses?
Yeah.
What kind of people are living inside the house? You might have seen some houses are good for the attorneys, but some are very good for the doctor. You might have seen in your childhood, people used to say, oh, whosoever come in this house, they don't grow. But suddenly a doctor came, and then, that doctor got such a good results. Because that house maybe have the healing property a lot. So, good for the doctors.
Oh, so the energy of being... So explain this a little bit more. The energy of being a doctor and you're doing, supposedly, healing work.
Yeah, any kind of a healing. It can be astrologer, it can be Reiki healer, it can be any kind of a healer. Because doctor is also a healer.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
So some houses are good for them.
Yeah.
So, it does not make sense that only the north facing houses or east facing houses are good.
But okay, so that's clear that any direction works.
Yes, all the directions work. All the directions are important. Like in the body, eyes are equally important, the ears.
Okay, so it's just that when you're talking about a doctor being in that house and then they prosper because of it, is just because what they do is aligned with the house is doing well in the health and healing space.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah. For attorneys, for doctors, the northern side of the northeast is very important. But for the attorneys, the south is very important because they are dealing with the government. The doctors are dealing with the patient. but the attorneys are dealing more with the government. So it depends what kind of a profession you are in.
You have.
And then people
but
have
what
started.
if you have when you're married, you have two different professions?
I was coming to that point.
Yeah,
only.
then what do you do?
So see, again, people have made this that, okay, just see our horoscope and then do the Vastu. See, again, this is a myth. Again, a basic Vastu is equal for everyone. If, let's say, the husband is a doctor, the wife is an attorney. So when I'll walk in the house, I'll make sure the northeast is good, the south is good. That's it.
Yeah, right.
So each and every direction, and then a doctor also needs a good reputation, right? So the south has to be corrected.
So, and they work together anyhow.
Anyhow, they work
Yeah.
together, right? So that's why, each and every direction is important. So it's a big myth that only the north and the east facing houses are good.
Okay, awesome. And then, some people might be thinking, okay, but like you just change some colors or you change the rug or you declutter and literally you don't have to do anything else. There's no like purushart, there's no other effort, there's no other hard work that has to go into the rewards that you get. Is it that simple?
No. See, you don't get success in life based only on the hard work. It has a lot of things involved. Taking right decisions at right time. Right investments, right financial condition. You should be well versed in your topic. The knowledge of your work has to be there, right? If you say the hard work brings the success, then even a rickshaw puller do that, right?
Yeah.
Even a person who makes the houses, even they do a lot of hard work, right? But there was something different between a CEO and a rickshaw puller. There was something different. What is the difference? The knowledge was different, right? Today, even the people in the IT, they are picking up the AI courses because they have to be upgraded with the knowledge to retain their job, right? So knowledge also plays a big role. People want to go to the Harvard. People want to go to Cornell. Why? Because they want to grab the best education. So it is education. Beside hard work, there are a lot of things.
Yeah.
The support of the family also matters a lot. Sometimes, people really want to go into something big, but because they cannot, they have a lot of family responsibilities, right? So sometimes people even become students, they drop their education because they have to support their family.
Yeah, so, but when we're talking about Vastu and changing the energies, I'm saying that there's no other effort you have to put into it.
That's what I'm explaining. That beside hard work, you have to see lot of things in the life to get the success, to get the result. Similarly, Vastu is one kind, where if you follow the Vastu, the path become easier.
Okay, so you're saying, I'm just clarifying what you're
Yeah.
saying. You're saying that this is one path.
This is one path.
Right.
So sometimes people say only the hard work brings the success. No, lot of other things has to be has to be there on your table to get that success.
Yes.
So to getting those things, Vastu is a kind of a path
Yes.
to get them easily.
Right. What you're saying is that this idea of just putting in the hard work and you'll get whatever you want is
Yeah.
not accurate.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
You have to do the hard work, but at the same time, lot of things have to be there.
Yes, absolutely. And this is one path.
One path.
Yeah.
Following this will help you in getting the things you want.
Yeah. And so I was asking a little bit different question than this.
Okay.
I love that you said what you just said. But the thing that I was asking differently is somebody might be like, oh, I just have to change these things. I know there's other efforts that maybe they need to be making. That's what I'm asking. But like they change these things and literally they feel different and they don't have to do anything else.
They have to, but yes, they will feel the difference.
Okay, so you were on another show and somebody had asked this question about they have a newborn and the newborn is spitting up a lot.
Oh, okay.
Spitting up a lot and a lot of acidity or they're spitting up a lot. And so there's a problem holding down the milk, right? So she was asking, okay, what do I do? This is happening. And you gave the advice of, what did you give?
Okay, so advice is, first of all, check the north of the northeast. So a direction between the north and the northeast has to be checked because that is the health zone. And then again the northwest has to be checked because northwest is governed by the moon. So moon is what? Your mother. Moon is what? The breast of the lady. So you have to check those things also. So I might have asked them that is there something like that in those zones? And they might have said yes. So I would have advised that remove these things, keep these things, so that you can get a good energy. Obviously they might not treat the child, but again energy will be developed where the child will get the right guidance, right doctor, right medication.
That's what I was wondering. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, because somebody that's sort of a skeptic will be like, okay, I just clear this side of the house and then the child gets healed. I don't need to take them to a doctor.
No.
I don't need to give them medicine. Right? No. That's not the case.
See, if because of the Vastu, let's say you get a good food in front of you, then you have to do the karma that you have to take a bite, eat, chew, digest. Right?
Yeah.
So Vastu can just do that. It can bring a good food on your table. But you have to do the karma.
Yeah.
The human thing is about the karma.
Yeah, you have to take the action.
Yes. Let's say you are not getting a good food, you are malnutrition. So Vastu can help you get a good food. But again, eat. You have to eat.
Yeah. Good. I wanted that to be addressed because, sometimes then the skeptic is like,
no.
Oh, you just change this and that and everything changes.
No.
That.
I have a scientific approach of my subject, and then you have to be realistic.
Yeah.
You cannot put superstitions in people's mind.
Yeah.
Right? You have to tell what is the truth, how much you should expect from the Vastu, and from where your journey will start. That has to be clear. Like even if you go to a doctor, they write the medicine, but you have to go to the pharmacy, you have to pick the medicine,
you have to take it every day.
You have to take it every day. You have to remember those things, and whatever precautions they told you, you have to follow them. Similarly, the Vastu is the thing.
Yeah. It's just, I think, remembering that sometimes I feel like, especially in the West, which influences the world, the thinking is kind of individual. It's like, okay, I'm in control of my life and I can decide what I'm doing, what I'm not doing. We started off with the question of manifestation even, right? Like I can manifest anything or not. And sometimes I feel that there's a problem with that way of thinking.
Yes.
Because then you start to think that you don't need a certain level of support, or you start to think that you don't need to change your energy, or you start to think that there are so many aspects of life that can support us, and to think that we are the only ones that are using this and we can control everything from this alone is like so short-sighted to me. And I think it's important for us to acknowledge that these art forms and sciences that we have in our wisdom as being Indian is literally supporting everything.
Yes.
It's not easy being human.
It's not easy.
It's not easy,
and especially in
human.
today's world, it's not at all easy.
Especially. And so to use these as a way to support you, you know, and like you said, and to take actions towards what you want.
Well, I don't know why people want to waste their time. Life is so short, right? So why people want to waste their time? Why don't they take the guidance and make the things easier for them?
Yeah.
So, when you take the guidance, because you cannot go in the past births and correct the things. So why not to take a guidance once? Definitely, you should go to a person who is well versed in the sciences.
Yeah.
But like you pick a doctor who is the best, right? So similarly, try to take the guidance from somebody who is really well versed in the topic, who has a good grip on their subject, but definitely go. I don't know why people don't follow these sciences. That has to be followed.
Yeah. I think there's this other aspect that I wanted to talk to you about, because I feel like this idea of almost like, okay, for example, when I get hiccups, let's just take something simple. Okay, if I get hiccups, my thought process is, okay, what can I do to support my body to get rid of the hiccup, right? I won't go hours and hours with hiccups.
Yes.
I won't do that.
Yeah.
I won't just ignore it, or I just won't just, okay, I'll deal with it later. I will do this thing where I'll look at homeopathy.
Yeah.
I'll drink water a specific way. I'll try to hold my breath. There's all these different methods that I start to use as soon as I get hiccups.
Yeah.
But so many people will get hiccups for hours and not do anything to support themselves.
Yes.
And to me, that is like a disconnection
Yes.
from our body,
Yeah.
from ourselves, from our own energy.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And the reason I'm bringing this up with Vastu is that I feel like that the thing that Vastu is bringing into people's lives is this attunement.
Yes.
Right? This
Yes.
attunement to what's happening inside of you
Yes.
and outside of you.
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
Totally. I totally agree. That's what I said. I don't know why people want to waste their time.
Yeah.
Right? When you follow the Vastu, definitely you attract lot of cosmic energy. You are in alignment with the nature. You are in alignment with the Earth's magnetic field. You are in alignment with, astronomy. So you create lot of positive energy for your own self. And then, as you said, that you will, you are going to respect your body. You will not put your body over there. Oh, let it what is happening. You will quickly work on how to stop that hiccups, right?
Yeah.
So you have to respect each and everything. And if you're not getting anything in the life, why don't you, go and take the advice and create that energy for yourself?
Yeah. Get the support. Get the
Yeah.
support. So now that we're talking even about like just our disconnection with ourselves, right? And I literally was talking to the friend the other day and I was like, oh, she was having a migraine. And I was like, oh, did you try this and this and this? And she's like, no, I just have to sleep it off. And I'm just like, why? You can do something to shorten that period of time,
Yes.
But what happens is that I feel we disconnect from our bodies. So then when you're disconnected, you can sort of, in some ways it's okay because you can sahan more, you can tolerate more, but in some ways it's a detriment because it's almost like you're tolerating too much, right? So I just wanted to kind of bring that distinction. But now that we're in a world where there's, AI and technology is moving so quickly, how does that impact this idea of Vastu? Or how does that change the way that we see Vastu?
See, people usually ask me this, that, in today's, as you are asking, in today's era of modern world, technology, why we should follow Vastu. See, today, today we are having lot of computer in our life, right? Lot of light and lot of radiation. When you are having mobile in your hand, you're actually having radiation, right? When you sit in your car, it's all radiation because everything is on the touch, right? So lot of radiation is happening these days. Lot of apps, again the AI. So every day our mind is calibrating with the technology. Right? Here I'm talking about mind and not the brain. Brain is something physical which we can see, but mind is something which we cannot see. And mind governs our emotions. Mind governs our mood swings and everything. The pressure in the life is taken by the mind and not the brain. So mind is something which is not a physical thing in the body, right? But we all have that, right?
Yeah.
So, and there is no thermometer to, check what kind of a mind you have, right? There is no machine till date which can check what kind of mind. So, when this technology, which is upgrading daily, and the brain is not upgrading to that level, what is happening? People are going into the depression. At night, when we wake up, we start seeing our phones. Lot of social media. Oh, that friend is going with that. Oh, the boss is supporting that. So lot of pressure is coming, right?
Yeah.
In earlier days, there was joint family system. People used to have clean and clear heart. The responsibilities were shared. You were allowed to speak your mind and heart. right? Sometimes it was like, only the males were working, the females were at home taking care of lot of things. Now both husband wife are working. There is equal pressure on both, right? So earlier when husband used to come back from the home, the wife was there, she was not having that much pressure, so she used to console him, right? But now they both are bringing their pressures at the home, right? And then mind is totally always into something or the other, right? See, earlier we used to have tables on our tips, right? A lot of phone numbers used to be on the tips. Like, you used to remember the tables.
Oh, the
right?
tables, the
mathematical tables.
Yeah.
They were on the tips. A lot of phone numbers used to be on the tips.
Yeah.
Now we have forgotten, thanks to the phones. Then there used to be, the decision making power was more, but now the apps have taken that too, right? Earlier you used to remember, that was that way, then I have to take five streets there. But now the GPS has been. So everything what the mind used to do has stopped doing, right? And then in earlier days, we used to have the lessons which make us learn more of the wisdom and patience, and how we have to be on the, in a positive energy in a joint family, always living with hundreds of people.
Yeah.
Now it's more about me,
Individual.
myself, individualistic. So, and then, earlier people used to go to the, temples or churches on the daily basis. Now we go only on the weekends, right? So we are disconnected with lot of things. So in this time when everybody is having lot of responsibilities on their shoulders, lot of pressure on their shoulders, at this point we really need how to create that positive energy. So in modern times, we really need more of this. In earlier days, see, if you see the architect, what the Rome has done, India has done, America has done, do you see such buildings now? No. Do you see that kind of architect now?
Not that intricacy or
nothing.
Any of it.
Though there were no colleges at that stability. Though at that point there was no colleges which were giving them the certificate, but they used to have that vision, that wisdom, that patience, and that they made such huge monuments, right? But now, is it possible? No. Though we have best of the colleges in the world. So now we need more Vastu, because everybody is dealing with lot of things. There are no shared responsibilities. It has that everybody is burdened.
Yeah.
Right? Earlier people used to be very clear-hearted, right? You can speak with your friends, your families, but
there's
nothing,
more hesitation.
Yes.
Yeah.
People, in fact, everybody is becoming artificial. See, people are putting the post on the Facebook, whether they are happy inside or not, hardly matters, but they are putting on some or the other social media, and then the comparisons are about the likes. It does not matter whether they are really happy inside or not. And then think, do we really needed air purifiers few years back? Air is something which nature has provided. But now we need the air purifiers. Why? We all are becoming artificial. And then air purifiers, it might be necessity for some, but for some it has become the thing to flaunt. So we all are becoming artificial in each and every sense. And unfortunately, we all are loving it. Right?
Yeah, there's a way that we feed into it.
Yes.
And feel the conveniences of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you follow Vastu Shastra, you are connected to that ground.
Yeah.
You are connected to that positive energy, to the cosmic energy. So you create lot of positive energy. So in today's time, we really need more than what we actually needed in those earlier days. Because we used to have a lot of support. Mental, emotional, physical support was there. The family was willing to do for you. But now, today, even the husband, wife have different accounts, right? So today we need more of that.
Yeah, that's a very good point. That this separation, there's more separation that's happening now than ever before.
Yeah.
And so we need to support ourselves with more of that positive energy.
And then see, cancer. Did you hear people having more of this disease 20 years back? No, it's more of now, because everything is radiation. You are 24/7 into the radiation, right? So we need more of these sciences. That's why, see, lot of healers are coming into the market now, because definitely the demand has been there. And demand and supply goes hand in hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Oh my God, this conversation was amazing, Deepika. I just feel like we have to end on that note because I feel like it sums up the whole conversation so nicely that it's wherever we can create more of that supportive, positive energy into our lives, where we're working with nature and the planets and the cosmos, invite that in.
Yes.
And let that support you, because there's just so much kind of playing a role in why we're feeling so mentally off. And physically off.
Yes.
And emotionally off.
Yes.
Yeah. So
today the world has become more like tit for tat. And earlier days the world was more like forgiving people, you know. So that has become a big change here. And I would say that, you know, still follow the principles what our, you know, elders have laid for us, because then only you will get that positive energy. Then only follow the things, follow the principles, follow the rules which your elders, which your ancestors have given you, because that's kind of a, you know, kind of a virasat you got. Right? So just follow them to get that positivity.
Yeah, I think of them as like there's this concept of North Star, right?
Yes,
like they like think of them as a North Star that you are combining your own self with to create what you want. You know?
Yes.
But don't deny it, don't resist it.
Yeah.
Because that's actually causing us even more suffering and more pain. Yeah. Amazing. It was so nice to talk with you today. And I really feel like I learned so much about the importance of Vastu, the significance of it, the meaning behind it. I'm sure we could have talked even more about the science, you know, but I think that we'd be talking for a very long time, but also that on some level, we also have to just understand that this is thousands and thousands of years old.
Yes.
And give it that honor.
Oh, yes.
You know, give it that honor. And sometimes questioning also doesn't lead us down the right path. You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to have faith. Sometimes you have to believe in something bigger than you.
Yes.
And I think that that's also important to take in.
Yeah. See, if you don't even want to honor, at least try once.
Yeah.
And then
feel the results. Yeah.
And then see, nobody has seen the God, right? But still you believe.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Kavita, for having me. And it was such a pleasure to be here and talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I hope you loved this episode of Desi Wisdom. Please leave a comment below telling me if you liked it, if you didn't like it, what you would have wanted more of. It really helps me refine this podcast to give you exactly what you want. I will be reading every comment and responding. Also, I know this is the last thing that you're going to want to be doing, but if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. When you hit that subscribe button, you'll be notified of the episodes that come out every single Tuesday. So hit that subscribe button. And if you're ready to binge another episode of Desi Wisdom, take a look at this one. It's a good one.